aunt/manager to be killed started off as a simple conspiracy. It's now escalated to the point where the murder suspect defense is in court saying that Tee Grizzley paid for the hit. Let's do a quick recap just to make sure everybody is caught up on this situation. And if you're not caught up and didn't watch the other two videos, you could go to the Tee Grizzley playlist to get caught up. But Tee Grizzley auntie Jobina Brown was shot and killed in 2019.
Sad to have to report this, but Yobina J.B. Brown, the manager and aunt of Tee Grizzley, was shot and killed in Detroit on Tuesday night, August 20th. Comments about her death began surfacing Wednesday, August 21st on social media before her passing was confirmed by TMZ. According to law enforcement sources, a shooter opened fire on Grizzly's Cadillac Escalade while the vehicle was traveling around Detroit. The gunman allegedly approached on foot and shot Brown, who was sitting in the back seat in her left side. Grizzley was reportedly riding in the passenger seat and got out of the vehicle as the shooter approached. The driver said the attacker fired 3 or 4 shots and noted that Brown screamed before the gunfire began. Brown was rushed to a local hospital but died from her wounds. She was 41 years old. Police don't know if Grizzley was the intended target of the attack. He and the driver were unharmed.
Let's continue the brief recap before we get into the new details, because it's crazy. It left me stunned. So if you watched my last video, you know that Tee Grizzley did an interview. During this interview, Tee Grizzley detailed exactly what took place moments before the shootout. Tee Grizzley and Jobina was riding around in their Chrysler 300 with a driver. They had to make a stop before getting to their destination. They stopped at Tee Grizzley's family house from his daddy's side. When they stopped there, Tee Grizzley got out from the back driver's side. Jobina was sitting in the back passenger side. When Tee Grizzley got out and walked to the porch, gunmen came, opened up the back passenger side, shot into the vehicle, and killed Jobina. Tee Grizzley says the shooters were looking for him, and that's why they opened up the back passenger side, because they thought that's where he was sitting.
She was still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
She couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But, like, coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
And was shooting the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from, but it ain't even matter where it came from. Who I felt like everybody was a suspect. I felt like everybody was a suspect.
Tee Grizzley was correct. Everybody was a suspect, but we'll get to that later and exactly what that means. But let's continue the brief recap. Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of Tee Grizzley's aunt. Now, Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600. He's Tee Grizzley's associate, and he's Buka 600 associate, who was the groomsman in Tee Grizzley's wedding. After Wu 600 was arrested for the murder of Tee Grizzley's aunt, that Tee Grizzley believed was targeted for him, Tee Grizzley continued to hang out with 600 members like Buka 600. Wu Thing was initially arrested for the murder because he was pulled over in Chicago while sitting in an alleyway in a stolen vehicle, as well as being in possession of a firearm. The stolen vehicle that he was sitting in the alleyway was actually the getaway vehicle used in the murder of Tee Grizzley's aunt. And the firearm, after ballistics was done, was the same firearm used in the murder of Tee Grizzley's auntie. And the cell phone towers confirmed that Wu Thing was actually at the location for 2 hours before Tee Grizzley and his aunt got there. Why was you hiding out at that location with the murder vehicle and the murder weapon?
What's that word?
Obviously, you were involved in the murder. But it also opened up more room for suspicion for Tee Grizzley. If this was a stop that was out the blue, it was a stop that came up while you was in the vehicle and you just made an emergency stop somewhere to grab something, then how did the shooters know to be at that location for 2 hours? It didn't make sense whatsoever. And if they were at that location for 2 hours and they seen you get out, then why would they open up the vehicle and kill your aunt if they were looking for you? It made zero sense whatsoever. And it didn't make sense to the police either. The police chief wasn't buying Tee Grizzley's story either. My sources told me, and when I say sources, understand this when I tell you this.
Good looking for that sub, man. Hey, Flakko different, bro. He really went and took time out of his day, bro, to do this right here. Tee Grizzley gonna slap the dog shit out of this nigga Flakko when he see him, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga Flakko crazy. Nah, my cash app's this. That's the cash app. But y'all hit that like button, bro. We got 1 like. 52 y'all. Come on, bro. Let's run them likes up, gang. Let's get it right, man, so we can get more people in here, man. Hit that like button.
I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking, everything I tell you, they've been in the room when it happened. I'm not talking about, hey, yo, I heard this. Hey, yo, Pookie told me. No, I'm talking about when I tell you something in this video, understand, the person I heard it from was in the room when it happened. The person that told me is connected directly to the situation. I was told the police chief looked Tee Grizzley in his eyes and told him, I know you involved somehow. I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this. The police chief thought this. The police chief thought that Tee Grizzley was involved somehow. They just couldn't prove it. They just couldn't connect the dots because people wasn't talking. Whoever this Wu Thing guy is, he been quiet. That's until he went to that courtroom today. That's until he went to that courtroom. Oh, and we're going to talk about what happened in that courtroom. It's not looking good for Tee Grizzley, what took place in that courtroom. But the police chief told Tee Grizzley, we know you involved somehow. Now, you could say the police chief is salty. They got something against Tee Grizzley. They got a vendetta against Tee Grizzley. Okay, you can probably go with that. But when the police chief is telling Tee Grizzley that to his face, and he's telling Jobina Brown's family to their face, hey, we know something is up. The police chief told Jobina Brown's sister and Jobina Brown's mother that they believe that.
Hey, man, hold on. Hold on, bro. I'm tripping right now, bro. Nah, my boy Fat Mac just sent the $100 cash app, man. Good looking, man. Appreciate you, my boy. You the GOAT for that, my nigga. Oh, God, bro. Appreciate you, gang. You a real one, my nigga. You forever locked in with me, bro. Feel me? It was only 2 niggas that ever sent me 100 or better. That was you and the other homie. Feel me? Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the GOATs, man. Put a W in the chat for my boy Fat Mac. He just donated to the channel. He just sent the $100 on Cash App. This shit is insane. I'm lost right now, bro. Hold on, let me roll up real quick, man. Put a W in the chat, man. My boy just snapped. Oh, God. Fat Mac.
Tee Grizzley is involved somehow.
Damn.
Now, Tee Grizzley became a suspect almost initially because the police chief discovered, so Tee Grizzley's uncle was married to Jobina Brown.
Damn.
The uncle went to jail 3 months before her death. Within those 3 months, Tee Grizzley began a...
I had to look again and make sure it was real. But now y'all hit that like button, man.
intimate relationship with Jobina Brown.
Good looking, gang.
Police chief looked at that and thought, wait, that's messy. That could obviously lead to something. But that's before they began to put the puzzle together. Tee Grizzley and Jobina never fully admitted that they were intimate, but I was told that family members began to figure it out fairly quickly and it was starting to get around. Could Tee Grizzley maybe have gone the extreme to cover it up? Maybe. Now, the rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant at the time of her death is false. But where those rumors came from makes things so much worse for Tee Grizzley. The rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant came from court, and it wasn't a prosecution who put that theory out there. It was the defense. It was Wu Thing's defense attorney. You see, Wu Thing is the murder suspect in this trial. Whatever his defense attorney say came from Wu Thing. See, street dudes is finding creative ways to tell nowadays. They tell it through their lawyers.
Nah, we ain't tripping about Charlie, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. Charlie can't do nothing over here, man. Y'all hit that like button, though.
Right? They won't get their butt up on that particular stand and point their hand and tell it all, but they gonna tell through their lawyer. The defense attorney, who is responsible for getting Wu Thing off, he came to court and he says, listen, obviously, Tee Grizzley put the hit out on Jobina Brown. He said that in court. The transcripts will prove it. And he also said that he did it because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Now, the prosecution understands that now the prosecutors themselves could.
So what do her being pregnant got to do with a nigga? What is that gonna benefit him for, bro? Why would he? I don't know. Let me shut up. Let's finish it.
Probably believe that Tee Grizzley is guilty, but right now they're trying to prosecute Wu-Thing. So they brought the autopsy person or somebody, an expert, to testify that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. Tee Grizzley is a smart man, so he already understands that if the defense attorney is in court saying that you were the one who put the hit on your auntie, that came from the murder suspect, that came from the shooters. That means the shooters is already talking. That means the shooters is already giving information to their attorneys, and they're trying to use that to get him off. It's not looking good for you, man. And all that tells me, to be honest, is that the shooters believe the aunt was pregnant. They probably heard, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're taking her out. They probably was under the impression, yo, we gotta, you feel me, take her out because she's pregnant. And if that's the case, then maybe if Tee Grizzley is involved, then he probably thought she was pregnant, but the whole time she wasn't. Maybe he was told if he's involved, right? So if I'm Tee Grizzley and I'm hearing this information, if I'm involved and I know who I told this to, then I know they tellin. I know they talking already. And it's not looking good at all. Now, the shooter is trying to get the cell phone tower evidence dismissed. The shooter is saying, yo, the phone is registered in somebody else's name. However, that number from that phone is a number that's known to him. It is a number that he's been using for like his probation officer, his family and friends. That's his number. But because the phone is registered in somebody else's name, he's trying to get it dismissed. Is not going, they're not dismissing it. The evidence stands. The driver who was in the vehicle when Jobina Brown was shot and killed, he testified that the shooting took place 45 seconds from when Tee Grizzley got out the vehicle. What that shows is Tee Grizzley was on that porch. That shows that there's a high likelihood that the shooters seen Tee Grizzley. Because from how the car is positioned in a picture of the house, if you're walking up to the back,
what you mean, Fat Mac? What you tell him? Hey, y'all hit that like button though, bro. Let's get them likes up, bro. Come on, man.
Back driver's side and you're opening it up, you can see over the car. Like you can see the porch from that angle, and you'll be able to see a 6'3", 350-pound Tee Grizzley. You can't miss him. So if he was the target, you'll be able to see him. He was not the target. It doesn't make sense that he is the target. Now, someone who hopped on the phone with Tee Grizzley, someone who talked to Tee Grizzley after the incident and was told by Tee Grizzley what happened, I asked, yo, how did Tee Grizzley sound? Like, was he like emotional?
That's what I'm saying.
The words that I was told, verbatim, it felt like he was trying to fake emotions. It felt like he was trying to like kind of like draw up something. Like he was trying to sound like he was distraught. The person told me, bro, I can't really explain it.
So hold on, bro. So let me see.
It just felt like he was trying to like come across as if it was this and it was not. Sada Baby was also signed to Jobina Brown. Sada Baby was one of the people who came to identify her body. I believe it was Sada Baby and Jobina Brown's sister, if not her mother, who went to identify her body. And I was told that Sada Baby was distraught. He was effed up about this. I was told, but like Sada Baby was looking at Tee Grizzley a little crazy. The Sada Baby actually looked Tee Grizzley in his eyes and told him, hey, bruh, tell me you don't got nothing to do with this. That even Sada Baby wanted Tee Grizzley to know, hey, bruh, tell me you got nothing to do with this, man. And that Tee Grizzley gave his word to Sada Baby that he ain't had nothing to do with this. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Now, the next court day is tomorrow. I'm going to have people in the court day. I'm going to have people in the room. We're going to figure out more details about what's going on. Because the defense attorney for the shooter is throwing Tee Grizzley under the bus. Now, right now, it don't feel like the shooter or the suspect is telling,
All right, so let's break
Because
this shit down. Let's break this shit down. Let's break this shit down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down time for a little bit. Cause Flakko, he'll fuck your mind up. So, what's up with it, Latanya? How you doing? So look, man, this how this works, bro. Okay, so Flakko making it like this is what happened and this hardcore evidence and all that. But if this 600 voodoo lawyer is pushing this narrative to get his client out, you think he care about Tee Grizzley? Be honest with you. Do you think this Wu-Tang guy, whatever his name is, do y'all think that his lawyer cares about Tee Grizzley? You don't think he's gonna do whatever it takes at his own cost to get that man out and put the blame on somebody else? Now, the thing with that is, all this stuff is alleged, okay? We just seen Diddy go to court. They said X, Y, and Z. He only got charged with X, Y, and Z, though. He didn't get charged for the things they were saying, but he definitely got charged for something, but it wasn't the things that they were saying he did, right? So I just want y'all to know, like, yeah, okay, everybody's saying he cooked and all that. We said the same thing about Diddy, bro. I did hundreds of live streams on live for hours, and we was just talk about Diddy saying he cooked. You feel me? No ifs, ands, or buts. It's bad for him. He's never getting out. And guess what happened? He didn't get charged with the stuff that we thought he was cooked for. So, with that being said, bro, Flakko is just saying what he feels will get the crowd going. Now, we don't know if Tee Grizzley did any of this shit. All this shit is alleged, bro. So we not jumping the gun. We definitely gonna be covering the story, but Flakko just be talking sometimes. I'm gonna have people in, like, bro, they not going for you. They going for their own reason. They not going for you. You gonna get some info probably from some reliable people, but they not going for you, bro. Ain't nobody going there for you. Why you can't go? Why you can't go? You gonna get some information from another mother beep. You feel me? So I don't know what Flakko on, but Flakko definitely on some bunk skunk right now, for sure, for sure.
from their perspective, they believe the case is weak. Because once you throw out the cell phone evidence, at this point, it's kind of like, how do we put him at the location? So he hasn't really like fully told you because they believe the case is weak and they can beat it. But once he's found guilty, once they put him right where he belongs, man, it's over with, bro. It's done for, man. It's over with. Now, I was told the family, Jobina's Brown family, has been very suspicious of Tee Grizzley for a while. And when I was told why, they said, listen, the family has been suspicious of Tee Grizzley because he continued to hang with the people that the family believe is responsible for the aunt's death. If Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600, and Tee Grizzley groomsman in his wedding last year was Buka 600, the family is like, come on, man.
Okay, but see, Flakko reaching, though, just because they got 600, do you know how much people is from my gang that, well, not from my gang, let me shut up. Do you know how much people be from the same gang and they don't deal with each other, bro? Just because they got 600 in their name, that don't mean that they linked, bro. Them people probably been shooting at each other all their life, bro. Flakko pushing it, bro. He pushing it. He trying to connect some dots that ain't there, probably.
We not born yesterday, yo. If the hit was for you, then why you still hanging out with those people? So it's not just us. The family themselves is upset that Tee Grizzley is still hanging out with the people that are responsible for the death of their, aunt, daughter, niece, mother, wife, etc., etc. What I can say, man, is this started off as a simple conspiracy. This started off as y'all telling me, Flakko, oh, you reaching, Flakko, oh my God, you police, Flakko. Am I still police if this is true? Am I still police if this is true? This ain't no street stuff. If this is true, if a wife and a mother was killed and she wasn't in the streets, she wasn't no gangbanger, she wasn't none of that, is this still street stuff if she gets justice? Is it? Y'all got it backwards, homie. Y'all got it backwards, homie. This ain't no street stuff, homie. They weren't at war. If Tee Grizzley is involved, and I say if, this ain't
What
no
up,
street
man?
stuff. They weren't at war. They weren't into it. They weren't beefing. Yo, to me, Tee Grizzley already showed from the very jump. He ain't got no morals. He ain't got no principles. You was effing on your uncle's wife.
How do you know that though, Flakko? You just jumping the gun, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like Flakko is saying anything right now. I promise y'all, he just talking right now, bro. I don't know who got a Flakko ear gang. I don't know who got a Flakko ear, whatever my good people's Ed K-Dub. What up, gang? But Flakko talking spicy right now, fool. And I know Tee Grizzly not gonna be happy with this, bro. Grizzly's not gonna be happy with Flakko saying all this stuff about him, bro. Like for real, for real. Flakko definitely trying to get another $90,000 month. Like when Big U and them went to jail and he was making all that stuff up. You feel me? So, bro, definitely playing with fire, bro, because you gonna see Tee Grizzley, bro. He be in LA, bro. He definitely be in LA. For sure, for sure. So I don't know. This dude gotta be cool. You feel me? He doing a lot of jibber jabber on the wrong person, probably. Who knows? I mean, hey, they're both big. But what I notice is Flakko and Ceddy Nash, that it seemed to me like Flakko want to be the hood lawyer, man. Ceddy Nash, he claimed that he's the hood lawyer. So Ceddy Nash basically on this thing, and he got a similar story, I guess. My people sent it to me. We finna check him out and see what he talking about, though, man, because we seen what Flakko said. Do y'all agree with Flakko or no? Let me know something.
So all the conspiracy theory people, y'all was right. All the conspiracy theory people, y'all were right, man. And I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't want to believe it, but golly, I did not want to freaking believe it. But Tee Grizzley is cooked. According to some people that's about to release some stuff, so I ain't gonna release it. I'm just here to tell y'all, when this stuff drop, y'all gonna be like, ain't no way in hell.
Yeah.
From what I basically heard and seen, yeah, he did that. So let's go to Wu-Tang first. How does Wu-Tang play into all of this? He ain't know. That's why y'all keep hearing these things and everything like that about, oh man, he got these charges, he got those charges, these charges are dropped.
Hit the like
Why
button,
ain't the feds
chat.
charging him with this? Why ain't they doing that? Buddy ain't like that. Not like that, like that. Hell nah. So whatever rumors y'all may have heard, that's a youngin' on the ranks. He ain't the person. The people who did it, they on wiretaps, flappity, flapping, yappity, yapping. And they saying essentially Tee Grizzley put that woman up to it. I hope to God what I just heard and seen ain't real. I'm hoping. I don't even want to believe it. I'm telling y'all the truth. I don't want to believe what I'm saying. But it is what it is on this part, man. So the story about her being pregnant, no.
I knew it
When
was
she
time.
died, there's multiple people who've been calling the Detroit mortuary, essentially, basically, and try to figure out, bro, what the body
Look,
look
y'all
like,
see
what
how
the
my
body
shit
look like.
blurred
So some people were able to get certain things released. They had to give their real names and all that. Y'all know Ceddy Nash ain't never doing nothing like that. So reveal she was never pregnant. What it's all about is the pape. It's all about the money. That robbery song is allegedly the song that's him dry snitching on himself. Tee Grizzley been basically in the house. He know it's coming. He know he about to get arrested. He know that he about to get hit with a murder for hire. And that's basically it.
Damn.
They're saying this dude was so dumb that he sat up there in his own phone, on wiretap, bruh, saying all of these things. He want to bounce out. Like Tee Grizzley been trying to figure out a way to get the hell out of here, but he know, his whole team know, everybody know, they just waiting on whatever they waiting on, and then they about to hit him. So he basically looking like, man, I got to get up out of here. So if you randomly see Tee Grizzley somewhere, like on a boat or doing something wild on a small plane or something like that, that would be my suggestion. My suggestion would be figure out the best way you can get your big ass down there to Mexico, get all the way down to Mexico, and
Hey, Ceddy Nash and Tee Grizzley like the same size though. Am I tripping or what?
keep on going, keep on running, keep on footing, keep on running, bro. You better be crossing the border the opposite way from what they saying.
Dang.
So it goes like this. Tee Grizzley had a bad contract, getting screwed out of money. He ain't feeling it. She ain't letting it go. Law binding and all this stuff. That song blows up. It does what it does. It does massive numbers. We talking about massive numbers on top of massive numbers, which sets up deals. Deals set up for money. Tee Grizzley is out. He got his own sound, bruh. Detroit is back. You feel me? And this is the youngest that's going to be in charge and doing every single thing. People looked at that video with Tee Grizzley like, bruh, you're not really saying anything. And it's hard because what a lot of people, myself included, what we try to do is we try to explain to you how stupid this sounds instead of just flat out saying no. Because some people who will try to convince you of things will try to get you to understand logic. It's like, say if, God, I don't want to use this, this is very bad timing, but say if you were swimming and you had a family member swimming with you and that family member drowned, and next thing you know, you were on a life insurance policy for that family member, you get a life insurance policy of $10 million. The internet is going to tell you, you the one who killed that person, you drowned that individual, you need to go to jail, you did this, you did that. And in the midst of you saying, I never drowned this individual, you don't say that. You say basically this, man, I grew up with this person. When we were 7 years old, I took a swimming program and he didn't. So he basically was swimming with me, acting like he can do what I do because he been seeing basically how I've been swimming and he thought he could do it too. This is his first time. I ain't gonna lie. I did say I got you if anything happens. So I tried to grab his hand. He floated out. The current took him. Now people are going to say, well, why did you tell him that you got him and you didn't get him? Why didn't you give him a life vest or something like that or whatever? Everybody's going to have every contingency to say about it. But at the end of the day, you actually didn't do it. It just was unfortunate. So when people tell stories, at times, there's certain parts in the story that you forget and you bring it up at the end. No story is ever told twice the same exact way. It never happens. You either miss details or you add details or you try to compare things that are now in the physical that you think would be relatable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. That's just what it is. So certain people try to get you to understand logic, and that's what Tee Grizzley tried to do. But it ain't working. They're saying the feds are gonna be coming. That Tee Grizzley essentially hired some cats and basically them the guys, y'all know who they is. That basically he hired these cats because it didn't make sense that there was rumblings of one individual in particular doing this, and next thing you know, it's a couple of dudes, and it's like, bruh, how in the hell you still cool with these cats and you hanging out with people at your wedding and making them certain responsibilities at your wedding? This ain't making sense.
He talking about Buka. Fact. We know that for a fact.
Streets do talk. The streets will give you a couple of suspects. That's what the streets do. That's why that freaking reward is there still, because Buddy didn't do it. He just was crashed out on. And they basically on his heels like, you better not say nothing. So now he's sitting here pausing in the back like, God dang, man, I'm screwed the F over. So that's why he ain't going nowhere. He's not going to be charged for the murder. He didn't do it. He just happened to be a cat who got a strap and was a passenger in a car that was hot who knew nothing about anything. That was just a gun that they gave him, and unfortunately they crashed him out. It is what it is. There's certain type of crash outs. Certain people know it. Hey, man, somebody who just lost their mind and did whatever, or people could crash you out by setting you up. And unfortunately, that's what it's looking like, what happened to him. Now, once again, all of this stuff is about to hit. So when y'all replay this, y'all gonna be like, damn, Ceddy Nash, what the hell? But according to what I was told and what I said, bro, yeah, Tee Grizzley on his way out of here. He gonna be hit with murder for hire. He knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. They try to tie it to Dirk like, goddamn, find out Dirk had nothing to do with nothing. Some of y'all gonna get mad. Man, why you dropping Dirk? You say that's your homie. Oh, man, that Buster, he said something else. Well, tell him, hey, we can do the channel deletion, but you don't want to do that, so you're scared. I got it, because you're a liar. But
let's see what Trap Lord Ross
right
talking
here
about. Oh, man, we got the geekiest nigga on YouTube, bro. This nigga right here, man, I don't know what's up with dude, but he be having some stuff on his channel. You know he gonna go at Tee Grizzley because Tee Grizzley's name is aligned with OTF, and that's his niece. So, let's see what bro talking about, man. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get a quick 100 likes real fast before we get off into this video, man. I got a couple more videos that we gonna react to live right here. Run them likes up, you feel me? Let's get some more people up in here. Yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, though. Like, what y'all think, bro? Y'all think it's bad? What's going on? Like, I'm trying to see what y'all think, gang. Like, is it bad? Is it good? Y'all think they just throwing this on him? Like, what's going on, bro? They see y'all. Let me know something, my nigga. I'm trying to figure out.
In this video, so we're going to get right into it today and try and get to the bottom of this frankly insane situation regarding Tee Grizzley. So let's just go all the way back to the beginning, all right? It was back in 2019 when the very, very unfortunate situation happened to Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley. His auntie, Jabina JB Whitaker Brown, I've got a picture of her here in this document. And sorry about the low resolution, but there's a lot of posts relating to JB that have, interestingly enough, been deleted. So some of what you're going to see in this video might be a little bit low quality, but I'm coming at you with the exclusives. A lot of stuff of this has been deleted, and we're finding old re-uploads of this stuff. But Tee Grizzley's aunt, Jabina Whitaker Brown, was his manager.
I'm from California, broski.
He actually said in this throwback post about her, it said, my manager, my auntie, my big homie, if you die, I can't tell the story because I'm dying with you at Affluent Management Team. Now, this is an interesting scenario because, like, I've never seen anything like this. You definitely see rappers bring their families into their careers, into their management, all of that kind of thing. But it looked like, you know, Tee Grizzley's proximity to the streets, having come from Detroit, having been involved in, you know, serious gang situations over there.
What?
It seemed like this.
What if he said Tee Grizzley been involved in games? What if he wasn't involved in no games, bro? How do you know this stuff? They be trying to sauce it up and make it sound good. At least I clickbait, bro. This nigga just talking, bro. For real, for real. These they just be talking, bro. I'd throw you a bullshit title before I'd say some bunk like what they be saying. I ain't gonna get on here and say nothing like they be saying. It's putting stuff on people.
The streets ultimately did bleed into his music career, and his auntie did end up losing her life in a shooting. And this was very big news in the music scene. It was very big news in Detroit, and it was all over the place. So let's just take a quick recap of the news reporting on that event, on that murder. And we're just going to kind of go through things chronologically. We're going to get to the crazy rumors right at the end, but I'm just going to give you all of the information chronologically so you can actually follow what's going on and how these events unfolded as they happened. So yeah, it was all over the news. And when it happened, a lot of people were just, you know, very confused, very upset about this tragic incident.
Well, she managed Tee Grizzley, one of Detroit's.
What you want to know where what you gonna benefit off if I tell you where I'm from, right? What you gonna benefit off that, bro? Why you want to know what you feel me? Shout out to the sheriff, man. The sheriff in the building, man. Show some respect, man. My boy Point and Shoot. We was gonna get to your video next. I say the best for last. So, feel me? Yeah, but what do you get? What do you get from knowing where I'm from, bro? Like, I just told you I'm from California, bro. Do the math, gang. Feel me?
Detroit's most popular rappers, but earlier this week, Jobina Brown was shot and killed on the city's east side. Tonight, we're hearing from a local radio show host who worked with Brown. 7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash joins us live from the scene to tell us how Brown is being remembered and what police are saying. Anu.
Well, Glenda, Detroit police tell me that homicide investigators are still working on this case, still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting here on 3 Mile Road just off of Mack. Meanwhile, those who knew Brown say she was kind-hearted and a hard worker.
She was a sweetheart. She was a good person. She was the type of person that would look out for you, do whatever, she could to help you.
Bushman, host of the Bushman Show on 97.9 WJLB, first got to know Jobina Brown 3 years ago. He called her JB. She was the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley. She also managed Detroit rapper Sada Baby. Sources say on Tuesday night around 9:30, the 41-year-old was sitting in a Chrysler 300 with 2 other men here on 3 Mile just off of Mack. Police say as one of the men got out of the car, she was shot and killed.
JB, I love you. I miss you, but I will never forget about you. You were a queen and you were awesome.
Bushman says he's been getting calls and comments on social media from people across the country, those who've gotten to know Brown and some who are fans of Tee Grizzley. Bushman says Brown was a young woman who was committed and kind.
I ain't gonna lie, you sound like one of these, you sound like this one hoe ass nigga that I don't fuck with. I could tell by how you typing, so I'm gonna block your bitch ass. Figure out where I'm from and get up with me, man. Feel me?
It was like her first time managing, but she grasped the knowledge of how to manage an artist and was running with it, and he's been very successful.
So what we're seeing here really is like somebody that's extremely involved not only in Tee Grizzley's music career, but also, the Detroit music scene. Tee Grizzley has established himself as one of the most kind of serious street rappers to come out of the city in recent years, and as a result, JB's become very entrenched in the music industry. So she's
that nigga rap and he tells stories in his raps. He talking about him being a street dude. That nigga Tee Grizzley play the game, bro. He's a gamer. He probably playing GTA right now.
She's gotten to know the radio host. She's gotten to know the local kind of music moguls within the community around Tee Grizzley's career, and I think that's why it makes it so crazy that this ended up happening, because this is clearly a professional woman. I don't know the complete ins and outs, but she's not presenting as a street figure. She's not presenting as involved in the gang war. She's not presenting as running this career as a front for some kind of criminal activity. She seems like a real, businesswoman that's in the industry, and really the last person you'd expect something like this to happen to.
Hearing about her death, he shared this video of Brown in the studio with Tee Grizzley in May of 2018. She was fixing his hair, taking care of him like Bushman says she always would.
I wanted to share something.
As far as him smacking, I don't know. I don't know.
For people to remember her by. When you're behind the scenes, you don't always get the credit for the things that you do, and I want people to understand who she was and what she meant to Tee Grizzley, Sada.
And as he continues to pay tribute to her, he just hopes the questions surrounding who took her life won't remain unanswered much longer.
Just want to know why. What made you do that? What caused it? What was going on in your mind and in your life that you felt like you had to pull a gun out and pop?
So obviously a lot of people are trying to get to the bottom of this. They're wondering, what is it that's going on? What is it that you could have possibly done that made people want to, kill her in cold blood? And, it was a big news story. It was news all over the place. A bunch of different news outlets reported on it. They spoke to people at the scene. They did breakdowns of the situation, and there's a bunch. And I think we should just take a look at some of the other reporting on the situation and just keep getting a build up of exactly how serious this was and how big of a news this was when it happened.
Hey, Traveler Ross. just did a deep dive
into an SUV, killing the manager and family member of a popular Detroit rapper.
What up, what up, what up? Trey Little here. Just wanted to do another video just to update.
My bad. I thought this was a news report. My bad. I got the wrong link there. I got the wrong link there. We pulling up. We pulling up. So this was another news clip.
The search continues this morning for the gun.
They basically said the search continued. So they had no idea who did this, right? It happened. Initially, they had absolutely no idea who did this, why this happened, what this was all about. And as you're going to see in a minute, the local police were really trying to get to the bottom of this.
The search continues this morning for the gunman who shot and killed the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley. 41-year-old Jabina Brown was shot in the area of 3 Mile Drive. And
hey, chat. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. We still ain't hit 100 likes, bro. That's crazy. Y'all just sitting in my house, but y'all not knocking on the door, though. Y'all not ringing the doorbell. Come on, gang. Hit that like button for me, bro. 44 people hit that like button real fast so we can get 100 likes real quick, man. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
Mack Avenue on the city's east side Tuesday night. Now, this is an update to a story that we brought you Wednesday morning. TMZ is reporting that Brown was in the back seat of a car when the suspect approached and started shooting, and she was rushed to the hospital where she later died. It is not clear if Tee Grizzley was the intended target of the attack. The rapper and his driver were not injured.
Yeah, so this was huge news. You know, this was all over the place, and people were just desperate to find answers. It ended up getting to the point where there was actually a reward that was offered for any information about who actually ended up doing this this heinous crime. So the cops were serious, and a $2,500 reward was offered for info about the murder of Tee Grizzley's aunt. Now, I'd say that's a little bit low, to be completely honest with you, but, you know, it is what it is. Maybe that's what they had in the budget at the time. But, yeah, that's what was going on. So, you know, a $2,500 reward was offered.
Hey, they tell it for $2,500. You can go win that at the casino for sure, for sure.
To basically find any leads that would lead to an arrest in this situation. The 41-year-old was hit by gunfire and lost her life. There really wasn't anything new to say, right? And this was a little while after. This was March 19th, 2020. The incident happened in August 2019. So nearly a year went by. They didn't really get anywhere with the investigation. They were offering a reward for information on the murder. And in the meantime, you know, the really sad situation is that you had Tee Grizzley essentially, you know, publicly at least, mourning the loss of his aunt. It wasn't just Tee Grizzley that would be mourning either. Sada Baby, another Detroit rapper who's kind of locked in over there, essentially had to identify the body of Tee Grizzley's aunt. And this is a Vlad TV clip where he's speaking on that and just kind of sharing the really sad aftermath of this incident and what ended up happening.
Yeah, do that one? Okay.
Yeah, because that case open, man.
That case is open. Okay, and they haven't solved it yet, so. Okay, I got you. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it ain't no biggie. I don't got no problem with talking about my auntie, you feel me? But once they done with it, you feel me, I'll be the first nigga to talk about whatever motherfuckers want to talk about.
Well, I'm sorry, man. That's a tough situation.
We know Sada Baby gonna elaborate on it once this case over, and you know what's going. Damn, nigga, go to Charleston White channel, go inbox him, my nigga. Steady coming over here asking for another nigga, bro. Come on, gang. Block now, bro. Go find something safe to do, gang.
To go through.
She her dad and hurt.
So people are posting this on the Detroit gang subreddit, Crime in the D, saying, what if he knows something? And really the consensus seems to be that maybe there's more than meets the eye with this story. But in the aftermath of the incident, obviously Tee Grizzley was heartbroken.
I bet I got you,
know,
gang.
publicly he honored her on Instagram. But interestingly, it was a post that was actually deleted. So this post that he posted in honor of her after she passed away, interestingly, has been deleted from his account. Now, a lot of people are saying that's quite unusual. You know, if this is your aunt and she was killed and you have all this, you know, love and admiration for her, why would you delete, the caption and the post that you put for her? Now, this is very badly formatted right here. But essentially, he basically posted, since I was 12, we've been going everywhere together. How have you gone to heaven without me? I don't even know what to say, JB. I just wanted to show the world your smile. I love you so much. So, you know, Tee Grizzley basically is now posting. He's posted that. He's deleted it as time gone on. Now, look, I don't think him deleting the post that's in tribute to his auntie is necessarily proof that he did anything, that he had anything to do with it. You know, maybe you're going through heartache. Maybe you just don't want that on your page. Maybe you don't want to be reminded of the heartbreaking situation. Who knows, okay? That doesn't mean anything, but at the same time, it is interesting that that tribute would have been deleted, right? And he did another post that was also deleted that I couldn't find the...
See, the thing with me is once you block forever, nigga. So just come up in this bitch humble, nigga, and watch the content. That's it. I don't need you to ask me where Charleston at. I am not Charleston, bro.
The post itself, but I could find the text where he said, you know, essentially, I appreciate all the love. I wasn't ignoring you guys. I've just been speechless. And this was an older post that also has been kind of resurfaced, basically paying tribute to her and saying she quit her job in 2016 to manage him and wishing a happy Mother's Day to his aunt there. So it was only a month after the incident when Tee Grizzley releases this tribute song. It's called Satish, which is actually her middle name, and essentially is paying tribute to his fallen aunt after this situation that happened. And what's interesting about this is he has a couple of lyrics in here which...
Oh, why do this dude always... He was showing King Von lyrics. Like, what's wrong with these dudes, bro? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why would you go off with some lyrics, say, bro, niggas cap all day. That Flakko just posted the paperwork. No, he didn't. How?
I thought are really interesting to look back at now, because obviously, look, we're going to get into it in a minute, but a lot of people have this ridiculous theory, this crazy theory that Tee Grizzley had some kind of romantic relationship with his own aunt, right? There's a lot of crazy theories. We're going to get to them in a bit. They're saying he got her pregnant, they were together. Now, he addresses that on the first lyric of this song all the way back in September 2019. He says, loved each other way more than we loved life. We were so close, people thought we had a love life. We loved each other way more than we loved life. All right, so Tee Grizzley is referring to his manager. People saying that they thought that they had a love life because...
How do he know that? What if he was talking about some weed or lean or his gun or, you know? Like, what is he... How did he know that? What if he just put that in there?
They were so close, all right? Now, look. I haven't seen anything yet that seems to indicate that there was anything like that. And I think him making statements like this 6 years ago is kind of getting ahead of these rumors, right? We were so close, people thought we had a love life. So he basically goes throughout this entire song kind of breaking down the situation and talking on what happened. He's saying, I used to be like, I don't need security. I don't want these guys thinking that I'm in fear. I told my driver be on point, but he wasn't hearing me. The shots went off. I'm steady calling. You ain't answering me. You scaring me. He's basically just going through the situation, breaking it all down, and addressing the heartbreak that he's going through at losing his aunt. But at the same time, elsewhere on the song, he does kind of make some indications that maybe some people thought, looking back now, are a little bit suspicious, right? There's rumors going on that maybe he had something to do with it. Maybe he lined this up. And it does seem like there's some interesting lyrics where he's kind of overly confident of what actually ended up happening. He's saying, look how they tried to do me, but got JB. Man, that jealousy so real. Man, that hate so deep. Man, that envy is so real when you make it out these streets. You saw it wasn't me and still shot. What she do to you? We was just winning. Now I'm crying at your funeral. But every tear I shed, another 1,000 on your head. Now show your face and think I'm playing. Now, I'm just reading these lyrics and I'm feeling a little bit like it's almost like he's over whooping. Now, look, I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that he was involved in this situation, but, all right, he's overly confident. He's saying, you saw it wasn't me and still shot. Like, how do you know? How did you...
Nigga, he just doing what you doing. He just guessing and he putting it together. What are you talking about? How you know? I don't know. I don't know. This nigga, I don't want to watch that shit. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga right here, man, I would tell you some real stuff, man. He be pushing the game, but I ain't gonna cap, man. Uncle tried to go looking for that sub, Cedric Evans. So look, man. So They said this boy Charlie White was just live and he went bad on YSL Tell. What it? Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't. Yeah, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, this the nigga you need to be mad at. That's the nigga y'all need to be mad at. Y'all mad at me for that. He clickbait. Let's see what's going through these YouTube streets, man. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. If you was really shy, hey chat, if y'all was really shy, if Tee Grizzley was really shy, really shy, he wouldn't have said nothing about none of that. Let's see what Flakko.
On the most recent episode of the Adam and Wack Show, Wack 100 warns Adam that it's not going to be peaches and cream and all good when he sees 4 Extra.
So have you and 4 Extras began to, have you had a conversation with him about, well, we know why he mad, but is he like this?
We spoke Friday.
He done with no jumper?
Friday we spoke for like 3 minutes. Then Monday I tried to call him.
He was trying to mollywop you. I laughed at that.
Not
4 Extras was gonna get Adam 22 a wedgie for sure.
Specifically, but when I was listening to his tone on the phone, I was like, because I'm just not used to like the people that I have on my podcast. He told me to meet him at the studio. I'm not used to like anybody trying to be on some scary, some tough shit with me. Like, I just don't. I don't normally have to deal with it. So
I'm just, I was a little taken aback. And a new bedroll, come on to the laundry room.
Hey man, they got it for you. You don't need to go to the 6,000 floor.
Hey yo, when you said that,
what?
When you, I swear to God, because you were talking, you were like, yeah, I talked to 4 Extras. You was into your white boy shit. Right? Okay. Talking to 4 Extras, he was like, yeah, just come up to the studio. We're gonna talk about it. Come up here right now. I'm telling myself, he finna beat your ass. You finna be the one he claimed he whooped your ass.
Warn you, Adam, he didn't even warn you, huh? Did he tell you that 4 Extras was gonna beat your ass? Even tell you that?
We're talking about 4 Extras. What the hell are you talking about?
Look, he telling Adam, you have my ops up there, and you asking them, you asking my ops, cause how they feel about the firecracker in my head. But listen, Adam, come up to the studio right now. Come up here right now. I'm telling myself, Adam don't even realize what's going on. You about to be the demonstration of the left hand.
See, but that left hand might not be as strong as that.
I don't know what it was. He was gonna damn sure try it out on your ass.
You grab that nigga hand, he gonna fall. You grab his injured hand, he gonna fall to the ground.
I don't know if 4 Extra was really trying to put a demo on
I think he was probably gonna talk to me in a
Hey, Mama J, he good. He was talking about no jumper and stuff. He is good. You feel me? Ain't nobody say that about me.
Strongly worded way.
You think what I think he was gonna do? He had some duct tape. He was gonna sit you down.
Put me in the trunk?
No, he had something better for your ass. He was gonna sit you down. He was gonna make you open up that hand. He was gonna make you offer you couldn't refuse.
Put on that King Pill nail polish.
An M80 in that hand and duct tape your goddamn hand with the stem out, and they was gonna light it. And then y'all could pod together.
Explode my hand.
Boom!
You're a piece of shit.
How you trying to throw the lighter? What did he say? Trying to throw the firecracker through the lighter?
Who said, hey,
bro, I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. Hey, look, I've done that before.
That can happen.
I don't want to be seen as making light of our friend losing his hand.
Whatever Wack told Adam, I think that was the first time it really resonated with Adam. Like, oh, damn. What we be doing up here regarding 4 Extra may not be so cool. Because that's the first time I've heard Adam say, I don't want to be seen making light of what my friend went through. In regards to 4 Extra, when Young Hawk began to talk about firecrackers and lighters and certain things, Adam got the memo. Whatever Wack said in the beginning of this podcast.
Man, I don't even like no jumper. I'm going to keep it 100. Let's see what the sheriff got to say.
For sure, for sure.
Wow. So I've got a problem with pretty much everything that he just said, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to play you this clip of what actually happened that day. Look at
To
this.
my audience, you feel me? This out though, we ain't gonna let that linger on. I'm from 83rd Street, bro. Like, and that shit dish the set, you feel me? Like, I know where he from on the set, and I don't play into the little fake politics. He ain't dissing A-Trey on the set. Period. I'm not barring no disrespect from no. Ain't never barred no disrespect from no. Period. Who said You know somebody what I'm saying? disrespected you? But still, the topic coming up.
Yeah, that's what I tried to read in.
I'm talking to this man, bro. I'm talking to him because the topic lingering, bro.
I ain't even catch on to that. He said, I'm asking you though, who told you that?
I'm disrespecting you? Bro, you not hear what I'm saying? Nah. You said you from a community, right, and you said where it's aimed at. But it ain't this show said though. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Okay, so we saying the same shit. So we saying the same shit. Okay, for sure, for sure,
We
yeah.
don't gotta talk about it anymore. Yeah. For sure.
So Lush makes this face at Young Aunt Hefe like, are you going to sit there and take this shit, fool? And
This nigga pointed shoot.
And Young Aunt Hefe starts to he feels like he has to address it now. So he digs an eye booger out of his eye, wipes it on his cheek, and begins to address the elephant in the room, which is this, this tension. And he doesn't ever direct any of this toward King Pill. He's looking at Lush and talking to Lush the whole time. And King Pill's confused. He's like, wait, are you talking to me? Because you're not looking at me when you're talking to me. And he's like, no, I'm talking to this man. What? And he says he's talking to Lush about all these so he's politicking with Lush. And it's just really weird and confusing at this point. And Young Aunt Hefe is going on the No Jumper show acting like everyone, it was obvious who he was talking to. It was obvious what he was addressing.
Yeah, man, people know who I was talking to. Like, it ain't all you was talking to the room. No, I would have been like, what subject or topic we on? I was talking to him when I said, what we on?
It wasn't obvious at all. This was the most skittish, most standoffish, most frightened situation I've ever seen in a while. So that's pretty much what happened. And I would just like to say that when King Pill very confidently turned to Young Aunt Hefe and attempted to look him in the eyes and say, are you talking about me right now? And when Young Aunt Hefe turned that down and said, no, I'm talking to this man. I'm sorry, but that's actually a mark out. What? That's getting marked out way more so than what we thought King Pill got marked out. King Pill was chilling. Young Aunt Hefe was the one picking his boogers and wiping them on his face, acting all nervous and skittish and weird. King Pill was as cool as a cucumber on a warm summer's eve. Now, this next clip is going to be very strange. You guys are going to think this is very interesting. This is going to be Young Aunt Hefe telling a story of what happened after the show ended. This is a very bizarre and, just listen to the story. I'm just going to play the clip. Look at this.
And them was like teenage years and shit.
When you walked out of the podcast that day, though, there was no real lingering tension. Everything
Hell no,
was
he
chill,
walked, man, on gangster. He walked right behind me. Look, he was walking behind me. I got up first. He got up behind me. He said he got to use the bathroom the whole way. I don't walk fast. He was walking behind me the whole time, walking behind me till we got up here to where the bathroom was at. And he was like, hey, Aunt, you got to use the bathroom? I'm like, no, I'm out of here. He was like, all right, for sure, bro. I'm about to use the bathroom. And shit, we exited out of here and left.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you tell us that story? What? You literally just told us absolutely nothing. So he walked behind you briefly. Wow. Cool story. You don't need to tell a whole story about something like that. And he's doing his fingers, like the play-by-play with his fingers, like little finger people. He's using his fingers to demonstrate what it looked like when they were walking. And it's supposed to be one person walking in front of another. But what he's doing with his fingers doesn't make any sense at all. What? He's very nervous and he's filled with deception. And so I just wanted to point all this stuff out for you guys. That was just a very disagreeable story that I thought needed to be included. So thank you guys for sticking around, and make sure to check out the Patreon. And thank you guys who are subscribed, of course.
That nigga pointing shoot don't be playing. He be going back. He be going back. Yeah.
Vlad thing, man.
You know Vlad at?
Huh? Yeah, Vlad my guy. Vlad's my guy.
I don't like Vlad.
Yeah, he's like a 6-year-old.
He's a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar.
See, he trying to say I went to jail for killing her. I was convicted. Vlad TV is lying. I've never been convicted of a felony. I was adjudicated as a child. There's a difference. I was adjudicated as a child. Vlad is trying to shame me for things that I've said while highlight and uplift Boosie, but ignoring the things that he's done. While Vlad and Boosie uplift, promote not just Boosie, but every other gangster that's been in the mob. So he get these killers, people who kill, who haven't paid no retribution, no restitution to their victims. Vlad has never put a victim on there to tell their side of the story. But he's trying to say he's wrong for talking to a guy who done something as a kid, homie. I was a child. I got out as an adult, and I haven't done anything violent, haven't committed no crimes.
What I do like about, which I think this is fair in all of this, I think Vlad has said that he had turned down or he didn't want to do any more interviews with you because Boosie asked him to. I think it's fair that Aiden rocks with you. If Aiden don't with Boosie out of loyalty, he's loyal to Boosie. Aiden loyal to you. It's fine. It shouldn't be no harm, no foul.
So why bring that up? Why would Vlad bring that up and say, well, I said that something about Hitler, so why bring that up? And then bring up the fact that, hold on, then try to say, Boosie was found not guilty. So was OJ. And you still treat OJ like he guilty, Vlad. You trying to pay OJ $1 million some to get that interview because you think you can crack and solve the case like you saw a Tupac case. Solve Boosie.
Hey, Charleston White and them and urban politicians do be on this nigga Vlad helmet though, fool. They be owning.
Case then. He was found not guilty. I was adjudicated in family court as a child. There's no record of me even being.
And Brand Risk says, hey, we got 100,000 for you and Boosie to get it in the boxing ring. Would you do it?
I'll beat Boosie.
Hey, I got a question, chat. Who will win out of Boosie and Charleston White? If Boosie was in rare form, though. I'm talking about rare form Boosie. Who will win, bro? 1 for Charleston White, 2 for Boosie. Let me know something.
Yeah. I knock it. Come on now. Vlad. So I'm saying, why would Vlad bring this up? And as soon as he bring it up, what do? He released the flashback video when Boosie asked him not to put me on there.
They said Boosie put the things on Charleston. Bop, bop, bop. They signed with Boosie, Charleston. They said you all talk. Charlie White, hit that like button, chat. Let's hit that like button. We almost at 100. We need 13 more likes. Let's get 13 more likes right now real fast so we can get into this, man. This going to be the one for sure. This gonna do it right. You feel me? Twelve more people. Hit that like button. Hit the like button, man. Run them likes up. React to the live, man. Hit that heart right there, man. Double tap that heart. Keep hitting that heart, man. Make sure that heart, feel me, you press that motherfucker 1,000 times. You feel me? While you sitting in here, man, just hit that heart for me one time, gang. And the like button, you feel me? On me, you ain't got to make it a heart. You can make it a honey emoji, a laughing emoji, a thumbs up emoji. Yeah. No. Because if you was really sharp, really sharp, you'll hit that like button. Yeah. No. Yeah. Hit that like button for me. Yeah. Nigga, I'm begging. Yeah. I got my hand out. Donate to the channel. If you was really sharp. Yeah.
So he trying to exploit and make money while he pit us together. This kid trying to bring us together.
That's all I was trying to do. Yeah.
Let's squash. Uncle, will you be willing to do it? I said, yeah, for you, nephew.
So Vlad claims like it was like an ambush situation.
No, explain. If it was, can I say one thing? If it was ambush, what would I have done? I would have just had Boosie on, and then I would have just had Charleston on, basically on where it was not expected. That's an ambush. He knew about it. Okay.
Boosie like, man, I ain't messing with dude, man. He gonna put the people on me. Charleston was like, yeah. No, nigga, yeah. Because if you was really sharp, you would call the police. Yeah.
He knew about it. Tom spoke to him about it. They knew about it, okay? Both sides knew about it. I wouldn't have done it like that.
And this ain't the first time. The Danza Project spoke to Boosie and I. Boosie wanted $80,000 to sit down with me in the Danza Project. I told the Danza Project, homie, I'll take $20,000 to make this happen so y'all can eat, because y'all gonna make $1 million off of it. Just give me something on the back end to supplement what you giving him, because it should be a 50-50 split. What you give? So they was gonna put up $100,000. Boosie wanted more. Ask me, so now Vlad full of shit. That's why I don't like him, my nigga. And I turned Vlad down because he don't want to pay me.
I think what Vlad tried to do was
Danza look like he got that bag.
That
nigga Danza look like he rolling around, man. That nigga look like he owns businesses and shit, bro. That nigga Danza got Maybachs and all that, man. See that studio that nigga got over there, bro? He been having that shit for a long time. That's not free to keep up. Like, you just can't buy that and keep all that stuff maintained with no money. You feel me? So, pretty sure Danza Project definitely eating over there. I don't think like he depending on YouTube or nothing like that. He probably got other stuff. He probably invests his money in other places. He probably do crypto, anything. You feel me? Like, don't ever underestimate somebody because they not wearing designer clothes and stuff like that. Maybe they don't feel like their money worth that. Me,
Vlad is trying to get black people's history in his vault. He's trying to get black and nigga, we don't benefit nothing from what Vlad get from us. He get the gangsters who done kill and let them come flourish and relish in the hurt and the harm that they done caused people. And you ain't never heard Boosie apologize to the victims. You ain't never heard no gangster mob dude who done got on there, no OG apologize to their victims. And I got on there and showed some of the most empathy for my victim because I met my victim family. So Vlad is a hypocrite, homie. He a hip nigga.
Urban politicians loving that. He like, what? He on Vlad head? Oh, yeah.
Vlad, nigga. And man, I don't give a
how old is Vlad?
I don't know how old he is. I just know I'm glad Rick Ross didn't whoop. And if it wasn't for Rick Ross and gunplay, we wouldn't even know that mother. He wouldn't have been able to get the money to do what he's doing.
Wait, Rick Ross beat his...
Rick Ross and gunplay caught him in a room and beat him viciously. Beat the up, and he sued them.
I ain't even know that.
He won. He got money.
I think when he was like speaking to you, I think he was saying, well, he was mentioning like, oh, you're Jewish, so you should care about certain shit, or you should have the same feeling.
What is this old man mad at this kid for? And for what? Could be envy, could be jealousy. Because this kid is really, he superseded what I would call a new Vlad TV. See, Vlad got an old model where he take an interview, a 2-hour interview, and he diminished the value of this story and his storytelling by breaking it down. There's no real substance in an 8-minute, 12-minute video. No. So here this kid come along. And he got all the big names that Vlad would love to have over there. And he would love for Boosie to come over here and get...
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back.
Y'all know Big Ant finna pop it, man. So, I like hearing Ant takes. So I want to hear what Ant got to say, man. And then, feel me, I'm going to chop with y'all for a minute.
Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on Charleston White and Aiden Ross talking to academics on live stream and going more in depth on the situation that went down last week between Charleston White and DJ Vlad and Aiden Ross and DJ Vlad. Boosie's name was up in it as well, but he didn't ever speak on it publicly or nothing like that to my knowledge. We only heard what Vlad had to say. And it kicked off when Aiden Ross had announced that Boosie wasn't going to be on his live stream no more out of loyalty to Charleston White and everything like that. Then it went to Vlad going at Aiden Ross, calling him lame, saying you supposed to be Jewish. He disrespected the Jewish community and everything like that. Well, they went and explained it more in the depth and showed exactly what Vlad was being a hypocrite at. And I had a link in the description where y'all can watch that in full on DJ Academic's YouTube channel to get the entire context, because a lot more was said. Charleston White also said, even though he's saying all this stuff about Boosie, he doesn't have beef with Boosie. It's no real problem. But when you say you will knock a nigga out, you talk about a nigga's son, whether he started or not. People don't play about their kids, right or wrong. And other things you said online, he most definitely probably ain't gonna rock with you at all. But I do gotta say this for Charleston White, because I'm behind him 100% on that flag that Vlad tried to wave. Oh, I'm gonna use the race and religion card right now, my Jewish thing, to create this narrative when, hey, bro, if just say you want to be loyal to Boosie and you rock with Boosie, don't try to shame Aiden Ross into, hey, you canceled this for Boosie, for Charleston White. Nah, then you can't tell him how to run your platform, run his platform when you run yours how you run yours. If you loyal to Boosie, be loyal to Boosie. Right. My thing is for Vlad, hey, you in nigga business. Aiden Ross is working with a nigga and you working with a nigga. So if y'all both working with niggas, y'all are both Jewish, why is the race card coming into this situation? But that's what people like Vlad will do at times to confuse and manipulate the situation. Because we all know, Vlad, if Boosie came to you right now and said, hey, bro, I want to sit out on your platform and have an interview, me and Charleston White face-to-face,
he gonna be
talking,
quick to
we're going to
do
do the interview all together. All that Jewish stuff that you claim that you so firm on, that you threw on Aiden Ross, is going out the window, bro. Knock it all the way off. I do got to say this for Charleston White, though. He keeps saying, oh, things that I say, things that I say. Charleston White is not wrong. Vlad, you be interviewing serial killers and all these other people who do wild stuff in their lifestyle and everything, which that is between them and God. Most definitely condolences to anybody's family. But don't try to act like you on some type of moral high ground now where you gonna ask the most controversial stuff, the most disrespectful stuff, and you highlight ignorance every day on your Instagram page to the highest level. I most definitely highlight ignorance over here, but I also try to put the other side of the ignorance, chaos, conflict, confusion, and confrontation in our community especially, and I touch on other things too. But Vlad, you promote, highlight, do all these type of things, nigga, with no type of real
sure. It
break.
do kind of feel like they be trying to make the content creators like gangs, though. That's why I be doing me.
Break it down, understand it, shed it real light on it. And no, you just promote it up, post it up on Instagram all day. So you can't go to Charleston White with that. But I do got to say this for Charleston White. Hey, nigga, we know sometimes you can punch a nigga in the face as niggas and it won't hurt. It cut as deep as something you can say to a nigga.
Facts.
So we gotta remove that comment. And you know, Charleston White gonna do his 1-2 thing. There is truth to what he said. Well, I'm just talking, I'm playing a character. But nigga, you know, in real life, the character you playing is talking about things that happen to people in real life and talking about people, real family members, bro. I can't sit back and play dumb. I don't do the game while I let nigga piss on me and tell me it's raining. We niggas. Everybody got something that you can say to them that'll hit them harder and sting way worse than you if you actually would have beat them up in a fight. Because they'll get over there, oh, you beat me up, whatever, I'm done, cool. But nigga, that's just saying it. You could just say that. We don't understand the layers, bro. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. It just is what it is. Should people be reacting to words that way? Nah. But guess what? We have mental trauma in our brain for certain things we went through. So words is hitting harder than punches is at time for people. So you could say something and that's just like you did something, because saying something is an action as well. So I can't sit up there and play that part with Charleston. Also, he said the substance of the interview from Vlad, Aiden Ross. Now, don't confuse the substance and the actual experience. Them is two different things. Substance is more of what a nigga gained from it, what a nigga learned from it. Can he take something of value from this? Aiden Ross is not really providing them type of things from what I see. I haven't watched every Aiden Ross stream. It seems like it's just him on there kicking and having a good time. He has a younger audience for kids and things like that. The Vlad stuff is more informational asking people stuff. Now the experience gets a little different as opposed to a nigga, you know, putting down the little clips on the interviews. I do those as well, short clips. I've done hundreds of interviews where I had them clipped up and stuff, and I did get that from Vlad. We don't sugarcoat nothing over here, but at the same time, it is a thing where, hey, some people do enjoy longer content, and it can bring more of an better experience with the long form of it. But everybody clips up things now, so I don't want to confuse those two. But Vlad most definitely is coming off like that nigga is trying to gatekeep the game, make people follow rules and concepts and thoughts that he's not following himself. But he'll go back and catch the benefit on the back end of it, knock that off. Vlad, you're trying to sound like you're trying to gatekeep. You supposed to look at it like, hey, this is a young Jewish dude in the game. You run it up, whatever. Do what you do over there. I'm going to do what I do over here. If you lower the Boosie, that's your guy, that's his guy, whatever, bro. They said that you, like, he put it out there. We did.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga Urban Politicians TV be on some shit, though. He be having, like, game for niggas, too, though. Niggas be sleep on, bro. He ain't gonna talk crazy with the game. He gonna give you the game what it is. You feel me? Hey, let's see what this talking about. They saying Birdman. They say it's bad for Birdman.
That have enough credit
and
credibility being around Yella, being that I pulled him off the porch to tell this story. And we all know what the rumors were, this, that, and the other. But like I said, I was there. So I'm going to give y'all the real story. So as far as the rumor y'all heard, it is true. In my opinion, CMR, Cash Money Records, is responsible for Yellow Boys.
Wait, who you said hang out with the kids? You said you cool on, bro. What you mean? Who you cool on?
Death. And a close affiliate of theirs, who goes by the name of Hot Beezle, is the one who carried out the hit.
So, Hot Beezle carried out the hit. But this is where the RICO part jumps in. Let's go.
Cash Money Records orchestrated the hit on Yellow Boy.
Hold on.
And Hot Beezle carried the hit out. So some of y'all might say, well, we already heard that, but let me give y'all some receipts. So y'all know years ago we had it popping off the chain. We had the city on lock, having it our way. Eventually we would come to odds with Cash Money because we started seeing money going into their pockets, into their bank account, and seeing stuff that they was buying, and it wasn't adding up to the checks that they was writing to us. They was giving us money, but it wasn't what we deserved. They was giving us kind of on the cool, we was getting what we asked for, but we didn't know better. We wasn't getting what we earned. And later on, down the line, we will find that out in a court battle. So during this time, you know, y'all was doing his thing, but like I said, I pulled Yellow off the porch. And pretty much we had a drug habit, but you couldn't tell us that something was wrong with us because we had so much money. And that's one of the most dangerous drug addicts that can exist, is a drug addict with money. One thing is being on drugs and don't have money. That's gonna lead you to robbing, stealing, and killing. But when you're a drug addict with money, you don't think nothing wrong with you. You know, we still came outside every day with ballet shoes and polos and jabots and jewelry and fly cars, nice houses, but we had drug habits. And when I say receipts, I mean receipts because my city can back what I'm saying. As all this going along, we started asking questions about our royalty checks, and you know, tensions begin to rise. So me being the cool head and the one that likes to calculate before I react, you know, I used to always tell Yellow, just chill, man. We gonna figure it out and do it how we have to do it and get our bread. But Yellow, who was a little hot-headed, well, he was real hot-headed, he wasn't having that. So Yellow used to challenge Baby, aka Birdman, all the time and test his gangster, and Birdman would test his gangster, and them two would clash a lot. So during this time, most of the time when things that get too far, I get tired and get fed up and be like, man, I'm about to go get myself clean, this, that, and the other. And during this time, things had got real heated with us, and I decided that I wanted to go to the rehab and be like, fuck it, man, let me clean myself up.
But you asked for that money. You asked for that money, and basically they gave it to you. So if y'all,
I ain't gonna cap that nigga on there doing all type of crazy stuff. But appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Feel me? Appreciate all y'all that came and rocked out with me, man. Make sure y'all hit that button and go all the way back and watch it from the beginning, man. Hit the like button, share it to the group chat, WhatsApp, whatever, Facebook, TikTok, Insta group chat, whatever y'all got, man. Share these lives, man. And stay tuned, man. We dropping every morning. So stay tuned in the morning, man. Wake up early, man, so y'all can get a bar of this Stingy cake. Feel me? Y'all know I'm going to have something in the morning for y'all, man. Hit that like.